In the last part, we saw Yu heading towards the court. The sun pierced through the layers of clouds in the sky. Yu stood out from his room as Fang Chu put a dull gold cap onto Yu's shoulders. The 18 doors of the UNU residence opened at once. Light seemed to shine out from behind as UNU revealed his immaculate face. His lips were crimson red, with his back completely upright. Coldly, with big steps, he walked out. As he walked out, a swarm of officials crowded over, only to be blocked by the U guards 1 meter away from him. Without looking to the side, UNU boarded the majestic carriage pulled by 8 horses and dictated, "Set off." "Where does master wish to head to?" the chauffeur questioned. Fang Chu was equally emotionless as he calmly answered on UNU's behalf, "Shengjin Palace." Even with the cold wind seeping into the carriage, UNU's face remained calm as he slowly settled himself on the soft chair in the carriage. He had never lacked the ability to stir up a fuss. Since that was the case, he would make the situation ever more confusing, such that one could possibly take away anything from this situation, and nobody would be able to stay out of this mess. With the darkness setting in, the banquet outdoors was still not stopped, yet a new banquet had already started indoors. Even if the Liang Empire was warmer, during the peak of winter it could still feel colder than usual, with the night wind blowing. Even if one wore a windbreaker, the coldness would still seep through the fabric and up from the soles of shoes, sending shivers through one's body. At mid-noon, a small downpour continued until dusk. This made the dark night even colder than usual, yet the ladies who were dressed in beautiful clothes were not shy in revealing their pristine white chest, with their eyes full of lust. Their delicate porcelain-like limbs crossing in their seductive moments. Occasionally, a daring lady would head up to pour wine for him and accidentally revealed her leg. Xiao Che drank a lot as he squinted and leaned on the soft chair, with the door to the Rofu Palace wide open. The luxury of the palace was in full view. Musicians who were playing their music were playing in the center of the lake, as the melodies could be heard all the way deep into the giant palace. Take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance, raising a cup of red wine, the dancer's backside was protruding out in a seductive curve, her arm raised up high, and with the flick of her arm, the liquid spilled, and along her swan-like neck, it flowed into her cleavage that seemed like 2 snowy mountains. "Your Majesty, are you drunk?" She was indeed a rare beauty. Not only she was pretty, but her voice was bewitching. Her flexible body twisted, and she rubbed her bare shoulder on Xiao Che's chest, and with that her tender hands slid into his shirt, moving all the way down She stopped short of reaching the end. That lady was Lady Jiming, a woman that had gained Xiaoche's favor over the past year. Xiaoche was a playboy and rarely paid much heed to a lady for too long. Yet, this Lady Jiming, who was born to a fallen noble, had captivated him for so long. This was evidence of her extreme seductiveness. Shiche, with his slightly dark eyes, looked down. Wearing a robe that was blue and purple, he had a scarf that had made out of wolf fur. With his collar slightly open, one could see his fit body under the swing doors. The dancer in the palace continued to dance. They were dancing a folk dance of the Dongu people. Daring and revealing, they only wore a few thin clothes and barely covered their private parts. With their short bodies waving around, one could see that they were covered with perspiration. Your Majesty, you have not entered Rofu Palace for half a month. Have you so quickly forgotten about this lady? Lady Jiming lightly leaned over. With her eyes staring, she gently looked at Xiaoche like a seductive succubus. Xiaoche's eyes were drunk, and it seemed that his limbs were drunk as well. Yet between his eyes he was ever so sober. The crimson nails of the lady floated up from his abdomen and reached out for his brows. Whispering in his ear, she lightly asked, "Whose fault is it that your Majesty is happy?" The corner of Xiaoche's mouth curled up, and he calmly smiled. He forcefully grabbed her thin wrist, and his palm rubbed her smooth skin. Lightly choking, he said, "You little devil. Will your Majesty be still so cruel as to make Mings stay in her room alone?" Xiaoche was taken aback as a figure suddenly surfaced in his mind. He frowned in regret, and his mind almost lost his usual peace. He had already gone mad in the past half a month. Was still going to continue? Turning around and looking at the seductive face of Lady Jiming, a miasma seemed to rise from his heart. Surprising, something that seemed like both bitterness and desire. In his heart, there was no more anger or happiness, and he seemed no longer so carefree. He merely smiled and recovered his composure before choking. Since when was I not a man who cared about beauties like you? At that time, a calm voice spoke from behind the palace. "Your Majesty."
Take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell.
You can guess who is speaking or who is calling Your Majesty. I can say it may be Chu Xiao is back to the palace, or back to meet Xiaoche, or maybe it's her information. Thank you so much for staying with me. In the next part, we will see what happens and who called. Till then, stay with me. Feel free to comment, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you.